Hey everybody, welcome to etrailer.com. I'm Bobby, and today we're taking a look at the Yakima HighRoad Roof Bike Carrier here on our 2018 Chevy Silverado 1500. Now obviously this isn't on top of our cab, it is in the bed of our truck, and how we're doing that is utilizing Yakima's bedrock system. This is going to be a great little system to go ahead and give you a nice little crossrail system to get your accessories above your bed, of course. Now, not all of us are gonna go that route, but the HighRoad is still gonna be excellent whether you're using it on the cab or in the back of your truck. Now, personally, right here in the bed of the truck is awesome because I can just simply walk right up. It's right here. It really allows me to go ahead and start putting that in without having to really get up on top of that cab and having to hoist that bike above me. So in my mind, this is the way to go. The HighRoad itself is gonna have a 45-pound weight capacity. That's gonna be excellent for most of our standard road bikes and well up into our mountain bike ranges, as you guys can see here today. Now talking about wheel sizes, we can fit 26 to 29 inches here for our wheel diameters. Now with that, you guys can see we have our shorter wheel here today. And that is kind of making us kind of come more towards the front here. You can see you have this deep well to really start seating your bigger wheels in, which is really, really nice. And in my opinion, those bigger wheels actually do a great job of just clamping right here. As you can see, most of our pivot point is kind of being here at the bottom, and we actually can get a nicer fit when we can take full use of that deep cradle there for our front wheels, which is excellent. Now, one thing that's great about that, of course, is you do have a front tire hold here. What that means for yourself, you're not having frame contact, so this is still going to be excellent for your carbon frame bikes to ensure you have no damage. Just to briefly give you guys the idea of how this works, this back cradle is actually pushing us forward here. This arm, the support bar is easily backed off by simply going lefty-loosey, of course. That knob, as you guys can see, allowing this to fall down, and then you can simply walk it away. And then to secure it, you just simply walk it up, start tightening, and that's gonna go ahead, and as you guys can see, give us a nice secure fit to hold onto our wheel. Now your rear wheel cradle here is going to be adjustable as well. It can actually slide this length as well. The only thing to kind of look out for when you actually do get mounted up, this part gets a little hard for your slider to kind of go across. So if for some reason you do have a really tiny bike and this guy is in your way, just go ahead and shift that across before you start getting it set. Otherwise, there's just not a lot of room to work with on that slider to actually get it across. Now how this strip actually works, very, very simple, of course. Just a little ratchet system. You don't have any kind of matting or anything on the inside, but it is just a little rubber. Probably not going to do anything too crazy to our rims, which is excellent, and that allows me to go ahead and secure that back wheel. On the very end of our platform here too, we do have our tail whip lock. That's going to allow us to take this guy out, run it through our frame, back onto itself to make sure that this stays on our carrier when we leave it unattended. Now you guys can see innately you're not actually going to have a locking core here. You will have to pick that up separately, but one thing that's really nice about this is we can get that key to like to some of our other locking cores on the HighRoad, but if you're like us and you are utilizing any of Yakima's other systems and the variety of their other accessories, you can start getting those all key to like to one system, reducing the amount of keys you have on your chain, and if you're like me, have a couple spares to boot. Well, now that we've gone over it a little bit, let's go ahead and see how it is to take the bike off. Now again, I really like it in this position because I don't have to fight and try to get above my head on top of the cab. I can just simply walk right up to it. What I like to do, of course, though, make sure I have a good hold here on my bike. I don't want it tilting, falling down, damaging anything. And all we have to do, come right up to this knob. And like we said, lefty-loosey is gonna go ahead and allow you to release this. Counterclockwise, let you pull this bolt out. And then you can bring this arm down, just like so. Then you can back your bike up just a little bit here. And that's gonna allow me to grab onto it and walk it away with no trouble at all. And we're ready to ride. Now that we have the bike off, we can go ahead and see how this actually attached to our crossrail system. How it actually works here, you guys can see we have our little locking cord here. Now this is going to be excellent, like we said earlier, to go ahead and grab yourself some cable locks, or locking cores, I'm sorry, to go ahead and change out that locking core on your cable lock and on this guy right here to go ahead and start securing your carrier to your crossrail system when you leave it unattended. And what's really nice about it, you can simply slide it out like that. That's going to go ahead and expose this inside. And what's working or happening here, you guys can see this little lever system can be a little hard to actually move. This bolt on the underside is actually what's tightening this up. So I'm going to loosen it up here just to give us an idea of how this is actually mounted. That's going to allow my clip to get off of that ledge there. And as you guys can see, that this rubber coated metal stripping simply goes across and underneath your crossrail system, back into itself. Sometimes it's a little easier to move that guy out of the way, and then we can go ahead, latch it just like that. Of course, you can go ahead and secure this bolt a little bit. I like getting it right here in this position, then tightening it up, and then once I know it's nice and tight, bringing that down and really securing it in place. And all you have to do is this guy, and you have two of very similar ones at the top with no locking cores, and there you are, nice and installed, ready to go. When not in use, your arms can go ahead and fold down to be flush to your carrier to go ahead and eliminate a little bit of that height. So when not in use, your carrier is going to be adding about 4 3/4 of an inch just to that top knob there. Now that's definitely not too bad for most of us. Go ahead and just take your crossbar system that you already maybe have, go ahead and add that height to get your kind of clearance there that you're going to have to worry about, which it is pretty nice and low profile. I like it when it's folded up, doesn't take up too much room, which is excellent. Now another big thing for us though is going to be how much height our bike is adding on. So a really easy way to do that, go ahead and take about 2.5 to 3 inches, I'd say. And that's actually where your bike is going to be sitting on your back cradle and on the front cradle here. And that can give you that max height to make sure you have no clearance issues. Well guys, hopefully you saw a lot of the cool features that the HighRoad is offering you. I really like how it's low profile. And yeah, not a lot of us maybe are going to utilize it on our Silverado all the time. There's a variety of different ways of carrying your bike. Personally, I really like this system because I'm not fighting it on top of my cab. I can go ahead and set it right in here, and I still have all that bed space for my bigger, heavier items. But what's great about it too, it becomes really easy to throw in almost any crossbar system out there, especially with that clamp, how it works. And if you guys really want, if you have any kind of T-slot attachments on any of your crossbars, you actually can go ahead and grab that T-slot converter kit available from Yakima. Just go ahead and scroll on down to the related parts tab to give you guys a closer look at how you can kind of change that system of getting on there. But I really like how versatile it is. Makes it easy to go ahead, pop this off, throw on our sedan or whatever, and make sure we get our bikes to our destination, no trouble at all. Overall, guys, I think this is going to be an excellent way of just giving yourself a nice little bike rack carrier to get your bike to where you want to go. Otherwise, guys, I think that about does it for our look at the Yakima HighRoad single bike roof rack carrier here on our 2018 Chevy Silverado 1500. I'm Bobby. Thank you for watching.